Welcome to the True Awakening channel with Thabang. I'm glad that you've made it here today. The formless substance. On our last episode, we spoke about the formless substance and the awareness, the true awareness of who you are. So today, I want us to continue with that series. So this is going to be our part 2. And we're going to discuss why it's so difficult to see this awareness. Why it's so difficult to be aware of it. Why is it that we never really get to understand our true essence simply because we are immediately pointed to other things? Like, for instance, if awareness is so immediately present, so undeniable, so obvious, why is it that most people go through their entire lives without ever recognizing it? Why does the most fundamental truth of experience require a book, a teacher, or a pointing out in order to be seen? The answer is simple. We have been trained to look outward. From the moment of birth, attention is captured by objects, the bright light, the face of the mother, the sensation of hunger, and its relief. The arising of language, which carves the world into named places. By the time we are old enough to question any of this, we have already become habitual object seekers. We look for things, we look at things, the possibility of looking as the looking itself, of being the awareness rather than searching within awareness for something simply never present itself. And then there is a stumble trap. When we do turn towards awareness, when something is in us is moved to ask the deeper questions, we tend to search for awareness as though it were a refined kind of object. We look for a special feeling, a particular state, a illumination experience different from ordinary experience. We expect awakening to arrive as a dramatic event, a flash of light, a collapse of unknown world, a mystical transport. And because awareness in its natural state is utterly ordinary, utterly simple, we overlook it entirely. It does not announce itself. It has no fanfare. It is simply what is present before the fanfare begins. This is the central irony of the spiritual search. We seek what we already are. We look for what is doing the looking. We reach for the hand that is doing the reaching. And the very effort of seeking, however necessary, implies that what we seek is somewhere other than here. But awareness is not somewhere. It is the here within which all somewheres appear. There is a teaching story, repeated in many transitions with different details, of a person who searches the whole world for a treasure, endures great hardships, constantly many teachers travels to distant land, only to discover that the treasure was buried in their own garden the whole time. The story is told so often not because it is clever, but because it is precious. It is accurate. The awareness you are looking for is the awareness looking. Are you hearing me? The awareness you are looking for is the awareness looking. This is very deep if you can digest it and be here in the now present moment. You'll be able to see and be aware of the awareness that's already looking. The form and its ground. And I'm thinking about now, consider a wave on the ocean. The wave has a distant shape, a height, a velocity. It rises, it peaks, it breaks, it dissolves. From a certain perspective, the wave seems to be a separate thing, a real entity with its own existence. But it is in every moment nothing other than water taking a temporary shape. Its form is real, its separateness is not. Now, consider this. If you take away all the water, there are no waves. But if you take away all the waves, there is still water. The water is not dependent on any particular wave for its existence. The waves are entirely dependent on the water for theirs. Awareness now and its content have this same relationship. Thoughts, feelings, perceptions, sensations, all of this arise as temporary forms within awareness. Each one is real as an experience. None of them is separate from awareness in the way a stone is separate from a tree. They arise in awareness. They are known by awareness, and they subside back into awareness. Awareness itself does not arise and does not subside. This is why the title of this audiobook refers to the formless form. The formless awareness gives rise to all form while itself remaining formless. It is the hidden ground of every experience. Every thought you have ever had has taken place within it. Every feeling, every perception, every moment of confusion or clarity, all of it has arisen within this silent, unknowable presence. None of it has ever been outside of it. None of it has ever touched it. And here is the extraordinary thing. You are that, not as a body, not you as a personality, not you as the story of your life, but you as the awareness in which all of that appears. The body is in awareness. The personality is in awareness. The story is in awareness. Awareness is not in any of them. You are not in the world. The world is in you. This is not a metaphor, though it sounds like one. It is a description of the actual structure of your existence, which you can verify right now simply by noticing what is most immediately present. Not the thought about awareness, not the feeling of being present, but the bare, simple, primary fact of awareness itself. Okay. For this series, I'm going to end it here. And just before I go further, a few clarifications are necessary. This is not an argument that the physical world does not exist, or that your body is an illusion, or that other people are mere projection of your mind. These are positions that have been adopted by certain interperceptions of non-dual philosophy, and they lead into unnecessary complicity and sometimes a sublime I have woken up and everyone else is asleep in my dream. What is being pointed to is something quieter and more precise. The trees are real. The people are real. The suffering in the world is real. The body is real. What is being questioned in not the existence of these things, but the assumed existence of a separate self for whom they exist, and the assumed location of awareness as something produced inside that separation self, trapped behind the eyes. The recognition that awareness is the ground of experience does not make the world disappear. It changes the relationship to the world. The same trees are seen, but no longer through a dense flitter of self-reference and separation. The same thoughts arise, but they are no longer taken to be the voice of a fixed, permanent self. The same feelings move through, and they move through rather than being trapped in a construct center of resistance. Nor is this a call to become blank, perceive, or emotional flustered. Awareness is not indifference. In fact, the natural quality of awareness, what arises when the constructed sense of separation relaxes, is a warmth, a clarity, and an intimacy with experience that the defended self concept never allowed. Less distance means more genuine feeling, not less. And finally, this is not something to be achieved. This is crucial. The moment the recognition of awareness becomes a goal to be reached, a state to be attained, a certificate to be earned, it redirects into the future, which is exactly where it isn't. Awareness at all times is present. Always, the only question is whether it is noticed. So, you have to always notice it in anything and everything that you do. Once again, thank you for joining us in this third series of The Formless. And don't forget to subscribe to the True Awakening with Thabang and hit that notification bell so you can be notified every time I drop one of these gems, juices. I know they're juicy. I know they're juicy, and you'll be the first to actually get to hear this truth. I'm gonna do mini series, and as well I have some of you asking why is it that some of my old videos are no longer here. It's because YouTube wasn't allowing me how I was presenting my content to them for me to be able to earn from them. So I had to, take them down, all of them. So now that means I'm gonna have it to even do it personally than using AI to narrate this juice wisdom that I have, which it's the downloads that I have, and I'm sharing them with you. So now I'm just gonna do it like I'm doing it and using my own voice. So yeah, that's the reason why those old videos are no longer there. So thank you once again.